Brec, good to see you again.
Good to see you,
It's
Elias. I like
been
the
it's,
background.
yeah, it's been a few years. Thank you for joining me today. Exciting times. I was telling everybody else the last few interviews earlier today that the film's great. I can't wait for the viewers to watch this. It's you got to put your phone away, pay attention to a lot of details in this film.
Thank you. No, I watched it with my dad for the first time and he loved it. And my dad's a tough critic. So I was like, okay, sick, cool.
Amazing. What attracted you to the role, Margaret, and what stood out about this story for you?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a few things. I think first and foremost, it being based on a true story. I feel like
Yeah.
as an actor, it's such a cool opportunity to get to bring a real story to life, a real person to life. I also really love that it's a period piece. Once again, I think that as an actor, that's like a really cool challenge to get to explore from like the wardrobe to how women in the 70s carried themselves and talked to other people. And I was excited to dive into that.
Mm. How would you describe like the journey with Annie and Margaret, like in their relationship? How did you build that dynamic on screen?
Yeah. I mean, Madison's stupid talented. So it was really fun getting to work off of her and like truly just like the way she threw herself into the role was like very inspiring and like made me want to show up as my best self. Um, I have older brothers, so I feel like a lot of my inspiration for their relationship came from my real relationship with my brothers, where we bicker, we fight, we argue, but when it comes down to it, we're there for each other. We love each other. So getting to craft that arc was really important to me.
Mm. What about Margaret? I feel like she's a layered character. What aspects of like did you like enjoy about this character, the backstory? Like, how did you decide you wanted to bring her to life?
I'm so glad you saw that because I think I was so worried at the first watch. I was like, oh, I hope people don't just see her as like the bratty older sister because to me,
Mm.
she's so much more than that. But I also lived as her for a month of my life. And um, I think it was really important for me to like give her reasoning on why
Mm.
she was doing what she did, whether it was bickering with her sister or begging annoyingly to her mom for a landline, like always making her reasoning valid to her in whatever way that meant. So like I'm super biased, but I think she's super awesome and was probably just a little jealous of her younger sister and how strong she was and looked up to her.
Mm. What was the experience working with Warren? What was the best advice he gave you about bringing this character to life and even like the scenery of the 70s?
Yeah, he gave me like a lot, like he was so detailed, and I feel like
Mm.
I took a lot of things from him that I'm going to use in future projects. And like he had me come to set a day early so I could hang out in Margaret's bedroom and figure out like what pieces of her bedroom were most important to her. And it's like it seems so minute, but it makes her real. So like when I was in her room filming scenes, I felt so comfortable to jump on the bed and lay on the bed and mess with the rotary phone. And that's stuff, there's things like that that he taught me that I'm definitely going to do in the future.
How excited was it working with Sean and Ali? That must have been amazing.
It was so cool. Honestly, Ali to me is just like legally blonde. So I worked with Luke Wilson. I know Matt Davis. And so I'm slowly just like every single member of that cast, but meeting her, she's just such a strong woman. And I feel like Madison and I getting to spend time with her was, well, for me, I'll say was just like so special and inspiring because she's so well articulated. And, she's been in Hollywood for a long time. And I think there's been a lot of growth
Mm.
throughout the past 20 years. And she's kind of been in the midst of it. And then Sean's just freaking iconic. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else has told you this story, but we had like a family dinner. And while we're at family dinner, Madison and I, neither of us had seen Goonies. So he like puts Goonies on TV and we're all sitting there as like our family unit watching Goonies with Sean Astin. And I'm like, things I never thought would happen in my life.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Last question. What are you hoping for the audience gets out of this film when they tune in? What's the big message that you hope they receive?
I, for me, I feel like just building awareness that stuff like this
Mm.
does happen. I know in the 70s there wasn't as like much access to to news, but I think constantly building more awareness about how to stay safe. It's okay to be suspicious.
Mm,
Call someone if you're feeling suspicious. Tell someone about a concern that you have. Um, it's not taboo.
amazing. Brec, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today. Good luck with the film, and I think the viewers are going to enjoy it.
Thank you so much. It's good to talk to you
Thank
again.
you. You too.